Voice cloning is a technology that imitates a person's voice and replicates it to use for voice assistance. Traditionally, cloning a voice requires hours of recorded speech to build a collection of datasets that can be used to build a new voice model. However, now it's possible in seconds. With AI, we can create realistic voice clones of anyone, even celebrities and public figures. But this technology also has a dark side. Voice cloning can be used for malicious purposes, such as identity theft, fraudulent phone calls, and phishing emails. Criminals can use AI to impersonate someone else and trick the victim into giving money or personal information. For example, imagine you receive a phone call from your friend or family member who sounds distressed and asks you for help. They say they are in trouble and need you to send them some money urgently or share your bank details with them. You trust them and want to help them, so you do what they ask. But later you find out that it was not your friend or family member at all, but a voice clone created by a scammer who used AI to mimic their voice and speech patterns. How can this happen? Well, scammers can use various sources to collect audio samples of their target's voice, such as social media posts, podcasts, interviews, voicemails, etc. They can then use AI software to analyze the voice and generate a synthetic copy that sounds very similar. Some software even allows the user to control the emotion and tone of the voice clone, making it more convincing. This is not a hypothetical scenario. Voice cloning scams have already happened in real life. In 2019, a UK-based energy firm was tricked into transferring $243,000 to a Hungarian supplier after receiving a phone call from someone who sounded like the CEO of the parent company in Germany. The caller used AI to create a voice clone of the CEO and instructed the employee to make the urgent payment. The employee did not suspect anything and followed the order. Another case involved a woman in Canada who received an email from her boss asking her to buy $500 worth of gift cards and send him the codes. The email looked legitimate and had the company's logo and signature. She replied to the email and asked for confirmation. She then received a phone call from someone who sounded exactly like her boss and confirmed the request. She bought the gift cards and sent the codes, only to realize later that it was a scam. These are just some examples of how voice cloning can be used for fraud and deception. As the technology becomes more accessible and affordable, we can expect more cases like these in the future. That's why it's important to be aware of this threat and take precautions to protect ourselves. Here are some tips on how to avoid falling victim to voice cloning scams. Verify the identity of the caller before giving any personal or financial information. Ask them questions that only they would know the answer to, or call them back on a different number that you know is theirs. Be wary of any requests that sound urgent or unusual, especially if they involve money transfers or gift cards. Scammers often use these methods because they are hard to trace or reverse. Check the email address and phone number of the sender or caller. Look for any signs of spoofing or manipulation, such as misspellings, unfamiliar domains, or different area codes. If you are unsure about a request, contact someone else in your organization or network who can confirm it. Don't rely on the caller's word alone. Report any suspicious calls or emails to your local authorities or cybercrime agencies. You may also want to inform your friends or family members if you think their voice has been cloned. Voice cloning is an amazing technology that can have many positive applications, such as entertainment, education, accessibility, etc. But it can also be used for evil purposes by scammers who want to exploit our trust and emotions. We need to be careful and vigilant when we communicate with others online or over the phone, and not let ourselves be fooled by fake voices.